Ebevigwe.
Ebevigwe bi ebe nina vemini nina choi village register. Today we have Mr. Christopher Ojo going around the Onwa community, Edo State, and I pray Nigeria at large to let us know what is going on in our community and the amount of people that live there, work there, and want to be represented. You're welcome, Mr. Christopher Ojo, to the OGT Network studio.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. This is the OGT Network this evening. In our studio, we have so many wonderful and important guests. I have with me today Mr. Christopher Ojo. I have Mrs. Augustina Itohame, and I have Mr. Godwin Enahoro. Everybody will be introducing themselves because we are excited to have Mr. Christopher in our studio today. He has so much he wants to give back to the world because it's not just the little way we're starting. We believe that it will blow up. I'm excited about everything it has to do in Onwa. And I would allow him to introduce everything and allow him to introduce himself so I don't either shortchange him or overblow it according to what he wants to tell the world. So Mr. Christopher, over to you, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Rita. I really appreciate this golden opportunity to speak to you and our people in general. My name is Christopher Imewore Ojo. I am from Ora, Onwa West Local Government, Edo State. I am very excited to be here with you guys. Why after other people introduce themselves, I think I'll come back and shed more light on what it is that we're doing. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Itohame.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Itohame Augustina. Most people call me a researcher because that's actually what I do. I make a whole lot of research. And that my daily baby, you lay a daily baby. Is that really ga? That we Ozala Zikmoza Omuraze. By say, how will you be highway? Enorieva. Adáyẹ̀wò Adélégbé bí ilé àwẹ̀ bọ́tà tọ́lọ́tà ìjọ. Adélégbé bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ẹ̀wẹ̀ máa bá ẹsẹ̀ o, ẹ̀ máa ké òwe à. Bá o kò lé. Adélégbé bẹ́ẹ̀ mẹ̀ ẹ̀wẹ̀ mẹ́nà ẹ̀mẹ̀ nọ̀rì à. Bá ẹsẹ̀ o máa.
Ẹsẹ̀ o.
Enahoro.
Uzemi shine lega.
Hello, my whoever. Okay, no tenera me da. Not da rag boy, nya da vira me. Whoever hello my baby one, baby die ho.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so we are going to allow Mr. Christopher to tell us all the vision, that God has been giving to him that he's so ready to bless the world with. Over to you, Mr. Christopher.
Thank you. Thank you very much again once. There's a whole lot that we've been doing, and this has been more than 8 to 9 years. We've been trying to give back to the community. And I dare to say, coming from a very ordinary background like every one of us, I learned quickly that it doesn't take much to make a difference. Sometimes we are trying to get the whole world before we can give. I found out that it takes so little to make a difference. So we've been doing a lot of programs, sports, health, and all of that. But the one that we have really made signature program is the marathon that we sponsor every year. We've been doing it for 8 years. This is going to be our 8th year of the marathon, but the 5th edition because we lost 2 years of COVID-19. and some other logistic issue. Then last year we had, actually this year, we had an edition, and this is going to be the fifth edition of the Owan Marathon. And we use that as an avenue to give back to our people, do health outreach. We give out eyeglasses. But there's something that I come to realize. As much as we want to help, there's no available data of people that actually need the help. Yes, people are suffering, but who are the people? So there's been different organizations. They've put money together. Oh, we want to go help people back home, but you don't even know who to give these resources to. When government is even trying to bring project or programs, they don't know who to give it to. So for those of us that have opportunity to travel or elsewhere, we know how important data is, how important statistics is. So as a software engineer by training, I decided to write a small program, Village Register, to help collate and count our people so we can know how many traders do we have in our society, how many hairdressers do we have, how many bricklayers, how many farmers, how many mechanic, how many students, how many women, how many children. So this information will better help us plan as a society, be it governmental, non-governmental, and planning how to give resources. Let me give a very quick example. The way our society run today, let's take the political leaders, for example. They say, oh, I want to give back empowerment to our people. I'm sending farm equipment. They send farm equipment to the locality. People who are not farmers end up getting fertilizer. When you give a hairdresser fertilizer, what is she going to do or he going to do with it? Nothing. You give a dryer to a farmer. What is a farmer going to do with a dryer? Nothing. Now, these are the things that we, first of all, we are trying to capture. Then there are individuals that say, hey, I want to pay enrollment for 100 students for next year. Who are the students? We don't even know where they are, but there are students who actually need this. So it now becomes, for you to get help or for you to get basic necessity, you need to know somebody who knows. It is not supposed to be, it is for you to have basic things, you need to know somebody who knows somebody, which is not supposed to be. If we can just have a database that was okay, have 10 or 100 students who are in needs of this, or let's even say as a people, Ora, MI, FMI, or whatever, we want to give bursary to our students in schools. We would be able to know that okay, we have hundreds of our students studying here, lesson here. Then let's come to our locality, security. I don't even know how many of us in the streets. Of course, you might know that the other house is Imohimi's house. Apart from Imohimi, how many people even live in Imohimi's house? You don't know. So when people come into our environment, there is no way to even ascertain who these people are. So what Village Register will also help us do is to give a digital identity where people can say, okay, there are 100 people living in Eme Ora, for example. Then there is something that really blew me away when I was creating a software for electoral purposes 4 years ago. I found out that even though that we are segmented into wards and local government, you could have a ward where there are only 100 people. There is a ward where there are 1,000 people. I'm just using this as hypothetical numbers, right? Now, but when you're trying to do development, you say each ward 100,000. How is that even going to work? Because there are some wards and there are some areas that are densely populated. There are some cities like Benin, there is a whole lot of people. So if we have this ready data, we can better plan our health system. We can better plan our electricity. every time they say, oh, NEPA lights not there. Could it be that there are so much load because we don't know how many load going into the grid? That's why we're breaking it down.
Yes.
As we do in the Western world to say, okay, even healthcare center, there is a number of people that are supposed to be to a healthcare center. So this is what village register is. So what we were able to do is about a week ago, we went back to Ime Ora. We started registering people. We take basic information like your name, your address, your age, date of birth, NIN or whatever. So we take all of those information and build a digital identity, just a single number that you can say with an ID card, because those people that will register now, we're going to give them ID. And when you want to go open a bank account, you don't have to be scratching your head or go bring 2 NEPA bills. Like, for example, I went to go open bank, say, bring 2 NEPA bills. But I know they say, just look for any NEPA bill, bring come.
Oh.
So in my head, I'm thinking, so if you just carry another person NEPA bill, take an open account, what if it happen? How will you know how to trace me? You know? So these are some of the things that we're trying to do. And it's something that I'm very, very excited about. And I tell people who chose to listen, because I've ventured into politics before, sometimes people think, oh, maybe you won't contest again. No, I've tried before. I found out that to help people, I don't even need to be in government. It's even better where I am so I can help. So that is why I'm doing the little thing that I'm doing, and I'll continue to do it. So as we move forward, I can share more lights on some of these things and how our people can be involved, especially in the marathon that is coming on. We met with the Speaker of the House of Assembly, who is also an Owa man from Ora. He is very much in support the government and every other person. Matter of fact, the speaker, even before he became speaker, he has always been part of the marathon. There are some
Oh, wow. So they'll be running.
Yes, there were previous pictures when I was going through the act. I'm like, oh wow, this is the speaker, you know, and the local government chairman. It's been like a real community affairs from time immemorial. But now we're taking it a notch further because our mama, Miss Anna Ode, who crowned Miss Nigeria in 1965.
Yes.
When most of us were not born. I know I wasn't born in 1960. I may look old, but I'm not that old. So 60 years ago was when Mama was crowned. So we are using this opportunity to honor her. And there was one other person, because I think we should honor our people while they're still living.
Yeah.
I was reading a book that our father E.T.O. Orewe signed for me, right? And I said, I was just discussing with someone last week. I said, we need to immortalize or honor this man. He said, which E.T.O.? They heard that E.T.O. died a few days ago. I'm like, are you serious?
Yes.
So that really tore me apart. So that's why I think we should honor, give our people their flowers while they are still living. Like people like Pai Modu, who was the foremost labor leader. People, I don't know that so many people know that the Nigeria as it is today, the national anthem and all of this, our coat of arms, it was our brother from Sobe that helped design some of those things. Yes, when these people are still alive, let's celebrate them. Let's give them their flowers. We shouldn't wait until they die. So that is why we'll be celebrating Mama in grand style on the 3rd of January after the marathon. So if she has been celebrated before, which she is a celebrity, she's been celebrated from 1965, but we're going to give her the kind of celebration that she will know that, yes, I am from somewhere. Not just her, we're also using her as a launch pad to encourage other youths that will want to go into pageantry. So we're using that opportunity to do Mr. and Miss Onwa pageant that day. And Mama will be handing out the crown to the winners. So these are some of the things that we are doing. Thank you very much. Let me leave it here. As the conversation go, I can put more icing on the cake.
Wow, 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 wow. I will pass it on to my co-host because I'm sure she already has so many questions to ask you.
Okay.
This is a whole lot. This is a whole lot. The marathon is from what date to what date?
Yes, the marathon is January 3rd. It's a 1-day event. We start off the race from Afuze. It's a 10-kilometer race. Our aim is to run a full marathon around the whole of Owan. Now, let me tell you how we can achieve that, because at least 25 kilometers what would makes up a marathon. Now, we're looking at going through Iuleha, turn it around to that road that goes to Otuo, come out through Afuze, then go through Eme Ora. Anywhere we get our kilometer, once we touch the Ora land, we may have gone through Iuleha, Emai, Otuo, Ora. Then we will now do a lot of our sensitization in places like Sobe and Ozala for inclusiveness. But we intend to run marathon round the whole of Oman. But yes, what we do at this point in time, we make it 10 kilometers because we are still building our athletes. They run from Afuze to LUB. So we get 10 kilometers. Just a day before yesterday, the coaches from Athletic Federation of Nigeria were in Ora to go measure the routes and check alternate routes. We went through the Amen route. We've been using the Ojavon old route. So we're looking at alternate route because with what we're discussing with road safety, we're going to be shutting down the route for the period of the time. So we're looking at the road that will be less impactful when we shut it down for about 2 hours. So they went there. So it's just a 1-day event. Then on the evening of that 3rd of January is when we do the pageantry and do the honor for Mama on the 3rd of January. So we start the marathon activities from, we're actually starting from December 28th. We'll be doing the medical outreach in Ora. We'll do one in Emai. We'll do one in Otuo, one in Iuleha. So then we now come back on the day of the marathon, which is January 3rd, to do the final outreach for health outreach. I will be giving out eyeglasses like we did the last time, some medication, and also hearing aids. So we try as much as possible not to go into surgery on site. And we also try as much as possible, even though we take data, we don't want to make it a lingering issue where it becomes a hospital or a patient and doctor type of thing. We just, whatever we're doing, we do it on site. All of this is free. We don't charge a fee, because that came up sometime around last year where people were saying, oh, they say they go just give out glasses. How much did they sell them? Make we find out, or make it not come be say they go charge money. So we are not charging for any of this. Some of these things we pay for them. And there are also well-meaning online people that are beginning to reach out to say, hey, how can I help? If you want to help, it's very welcome. You can also chip in. Like I said, it doesn't take the world to help the world. It takes you and me to help. Thank you.
Wow.
And another question is, this one will involve people moving around. With these security issues, are there security measures in place? And added to that, are there provisions for accommodations for people coming in?
These are very, very important questions. Yes, with the present security risk in Nigeria as a whole, we have synergy with the Nigerian police, Nigerian army, civil defense, and also Crime View, Nigeria. We normally deploy all of these security personnel. However, security by itself is a collective effort. You understand? Yes. Then also when it comes to hotels, I dare say this, and I think anybody who is upset can be upset. Owan has some of the best hotels in the world. Yes, I've traveled everywhere. There is no hotel that I've stayed apart from Owan where you'll be sleeping. When you wake up in the morning, you'll be hearing birds chopping. It's right. So one of the things we'll be doing this week, we told the hotel owners to bring pictures, but it's taking them forever. Oh, man, send the picture. It's taking them forever. So we have inaugurated our own photographer to go to these hotels and restaurants, take pictures, because our guests that are coming are already wanting to start booking hotel. I told the hotel people, I am not going to be the only one booking. People are coming, they want to book from you. They should be able to deal with you direct. Some of them don't have websites, they don't have even a page. So we're going to create a page on our website that can link to their hotel with their phone numbers. They deal with the hotel owners directly. And we also are encouraging some Owan people to host athletes and host people that are coming. There may be some athletes that may not be able to book hotels. You can pair with people, and who knows? Some of them might even come to Owan, find Owan very interesting, like we that grew up there, and decide to continue and start their life there in Owan. So we're encouraging indigenous people to also host. So as far as security is concerned, we are also deploying 4 movable CCTV cameras that will be globally available wherever you are. You can tap into the link to see what is going on. So we'll have one in LUB. We have 2 eyes in LUB, 2 eyes in Afuze, which is the boat starting point. Then the other 2 double eyes, we're going to deploy them in a central location where we can take this data. So that is the much that we've done with security, and we are also collaborating with the DPOs of both of all the police stations in Owan. Then, of course, civil defense and the road safety. If that answers your question.
So the accommodation, individuals are making preparations to get accommodations for themselves.
Yes.
More like.
So individuals are getting accommodations for themselves. Then those people who are our invited guests, of course, our organization is making preparation for their accommodation. Yes. Then people come, this will be shocking, right? People come as far as from Kano, Kaduna, fast to come and participate, right? Yes, so there's a lot of athletes that come to Owan. So we want them to be able to interface with these hotels, interface with these hosts by themselves. Then we can come and also see how we can help coordinate everything. So this week is when we are going for the hotels visit and pictorials.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You have actually spoken at length. My question for you now is, will there be any room for support? Because our people, you have given us the details on the marathon. Which other support do you want? Because I can see that it's you and your group that are actually sponsoring this marathon. If our people want to come in to support, how do they reach you? Or you just want to handle it alone? Or what are your plans to also call for support? That is one. Then 2, on the village register. On the village register, somebody asked me when I posted it on my platform, on my page on Facebook, He said, how sincere are you with this village register? Will it end with you, or you also share it with the government of the day, like His Excellency Monday, Senator Monday Okpebholo, and also down towards to the local governments? Are they aware of this program you are doing? Because according to them, they said it's a laudable program. What are your take on that?
Thank you very much. These are very good points that you raised. First of all, let me address the first one, which is the issue of contributions. We are very open to contributions. When people want to give, they can reach out. And what I've been able to do for the past 2 years, I've kind of isolated the finances of the organization from my personal bank. Now, when I'm spending money, I send money to the organization, even though it's still my money. So there will be a level of transparency. I don't want conflict of interest. As much as I want to give back, I'm not trying to make money off of this. I make money in other places. I have thriving businesses. So I've been able to isolate that. So when people want to give, and what I tell people who reached out to me, it's not just you give alone. We are going to announce your giving. We're going to tell people where your giving is going. So that way there is absolute transparency. Yes, accountability and transparency. And we also engage some local accountants. Just today, we were interviewing a lady who is going to be handling the accounts so that there will be a whole lot of transparency. Now, the issue of village register, giving it to the government. Yes, we intend to, but let me tell you something that I found out. One of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria is not necessarily corruption, as it may sound. One of our biggest problems is lack of continuity. There is a huge sense of iconoclasm when a new government comes. I don't know if it's out of envy, out of jealousy. They want to destroy what the other government had before. Now, yes, in places like the Western world, there are policies for 10 years, 20 years. So regardless of who come into power, they continue that same trajectory. Now, it doesn't happen like that in our place. So what we decide to do with Village Register is an open platform, because I belong to the open source network of application developers. So we are of the opinion that every application that is developed should be open source. So Village Register is going to be open source. However, we are not treating it as a government project. Senator Monday Okpebholo, who, by the way, is a very good friend. I was the MC when he was in the Maryland area. Great guy. But who is to tell if Okpe will leave office, the next person that will come, will it be a Pharaoh that don't know Joseph? So we are open sourcing it. The local government, the 770 something local government, we are deploying our system to every of those local government. Then we intend to give every local government an API endpoint where they can tap from the data directly. We are also giving API endpoints to any organization that asks for it, like Red Cross, United Nations. If you ask for it, we'll give you an API endpoint. You can take the data and see what is going on. So it's going to be fully open source. It's not a me affair. I may be the head developer, but we are also using it as a medium to also integrate our youth into the system. But let me also say this. I have been teaching computer engineering for the past 10, 15 years now. I've trained hundreds of people that are gainfully employed that are also training. So once we are deploying this application, I also want to just take out time from my busy schedule, if not a one-on-one class, create videos where our people can understand and appreciate this technology, where they can go learn how to do these things, and also not just use Village Register, but they can help continue to develop village register, even when those of us that are talking today are gone, because yes, we are going to be gone someday. My father had my mother, they are dead. At some point, we are going to go. And the funny thing is, when we leave here, we are not taking anything out of here. So we want to try to pay it forward. If that answer your question, Mr. Enauru.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Again,
Yes. Okay.
as a software engineer,
Mm-hmm.
will there be any platform, for instance, like those are people in the local area, like those in Auma, if you're doing all those places, have you been able to reach them traditionally through our local tank criers? You know what I mean? And
Yes.
if you are all those kind of our local, those days we used to have tank criers. They will come to the community, make an announcement. How far have you gone in that area of media, in those local levels, so that you can really explain to them? Because you know, predominantly they are farmers. So that the time you come, some of them may not be in the farm. I'm talking of this village register, so that we'll actually get our proper record, census, for instance, so that you can know the people who are actually farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Professor Ihonvere did his empowerment for farmers, I was there, I covered it. Like you said earlier, some of them who are not farmers, they came to come and take things that belong to farmers.
Okay.
So I'm asking in the recent, so that those who are actually farmers will know the actual number they are. For it again, recently our governor, His Excellency, also did a donation, or should I call it, he brought out about 30 tractors and other implements. He wants to go into farming. And these things will be shared with the 3 central districts in Edo State. What I'm saying is that in Edo North, how many farmers who are actually into commercial farming, how many are they in Edo North? So these are things I want you to throw more light on, so that we can actually get the number of our people who are actually into farming. I'm not talking of the peasant farmers, those who are doing local, those kind of you make farm to take care of yourself. I'm looking at the mechanized, the industrial farming.
Yes. I think you struck a very important nerve. Now, when it comes to town criers, yes, we engage town criers. Matter of fact, the event we just did in Emeora, it was town crier that went out to sensitize the people. Now, about Iviodohen and other places. So the process of application development goes through phases. There is a phase where we call the prototype. There is a phase where we call the MVP, minimal viable product. There's a place where there's a process where we call testing of the system to actually make sure it's resilient, it's ready to go out there before the final stage, which is now production, where everybody is now using it. So the phase that we are in right now is the testing phase. We're actually ingesting the pilot. Yes, the pilot. We're actually ingesting data now, like from Amen Aura, to at least know how the system works. What are the flaws of the system? What are the security vulnerabilities? What are the resilience? What is the scalability of the system? How are we doing capacity wise? So those are what we're doing right now. Our next phase is to now go into the local government proper, where we synergize with the local government chairman. Then also for the purpose of notifying the government. However, this project is called Village Register for a reason. It is in the villages, in the precincts, in the suburbs. So we built it in a way that you don't even need internet. You can collect data under the rock. Anytime you get into the internet, it syncs back into our database. So so we made it so tough because we're building for rugged terrain like our place. Yes. So now once we finish this phase of the data that we're collecting now from Emeora, have all the testing, everything is done, then we now say, okay, good. So our aim is that by January, we'll spread into other parts of Onwa, East and West, to go into those places. Then we are going to do it just like we do the census and numerator system, like we were doing the other day, where we physically interact with people. It's not a phone call, say, oh, whereas there are only 2 people in the house. No, we're not trying to falsify a figure. We're trying to get actual figure of people, like you said, farmers. How many farmers in a donut? It's a very good question. Now, there is something, right, that really gets me very, very upset. You will be shocked, and I dare say it, put my name on it. You will be shocked that some of most of those farm equipment will not end up with farmers.
Yes.
It will end up with party leaders, influential people who has no business farming.
Who will never even use it, ever.
Never even use it. How will a government, and this has nothing to do with, this is not an APC or PDP problem, or ABGA, or whatever party problem. We should get past the stage in our government where after election is won, we are still doling out resources based off of party lines. You understand? Once election is won and government starts, it becomes a community. You are no longer a PDP, you are no longer a APC. Why should we be using PDP register to send out implement or empowerment? What happens? The ward chairman will take it, call his wife, call his friends, they'll call their party, they share it among themselves. That is not how it works.
Our mother's people, our father's people.
So these are the problems that we always face when things like you mentioned just now, a representative out of his goodness of his heart brought implement for farmers. Those who are not farmers are coming there. I even heard of another representative that gave motorbike. He was trying to empower bikemen, gave motorbike to people, and they started selling it.
Yes.
So would you blame them when the use of a thing is unknown? Abuse is inevitable. If you give me a clip and I won't know how to cut hair.
You can give it to me, I will cut the.
Okay. You see? So these are things that we're trying to solve. They are very easy problems, but they are the core of the problem that we have. They solve the problem. You say, okay, we want to give money. Say somebody say, oh, I will empower market women. I ask him, who are the market women? If they look, okay. you are trying to empower people you don't even know.
Don't know. Wow, this is very, very important. Mr. Christopher, you have raised so many important, so many things you have thrown at us today. I guess your head is so wired, to do a lot of things.
The advice no more ni elo mind because ebo tetanana egbegbe mi o and udu me orogo. The advice no more the area that met me on the village register na be the marathon and the akaregbe o eno emo o be the plan. We advise no more now because some eso river o fe mo na be minina to jari. Eso mina nere ego ko like ebo ipata edede. So be advise no more jolo mani na river a be eno ri ego ebo na mie na go supporting egbegbe ninu awunana because eso na level a oyo yemi obolofo because now ambassador nuku ambassador nu G elo mai eno ri ego. So now you are the middle person. Be advice no more jello mind regarding only that the support now. Then 2, anybody the right there, and do that vibe. The advice no more Gina in a give back to the society.
Okay. Zemizoka. Ebody wo he ebi atamagbon. Awa oboloku kwa o amagbe. Onagbe oyimi onogbunwa oyimi. So back we so elo minoriwe wa kan akobogbe. Na yo pa agbonoriwo wa ubo. Elo minoriwo wa gbona ekobogbe ni Mario pa igbe ma ubo. Because they me more abortion. My igbe then if you already know Borunu so any man and nana we go on hell. My whole anything not that was done. The only thing in my whole not that was done. Ni ewo my da homo. Makagbo na wa mama should to about 10 million ni.
Wow.
Aiwa. Akibawa re audo rento wekia do rento wekia vi eko vi million. O mama rivo yeni. Carry ashishmenti wo ra carry ashishmenti vi eko.
Yeah.
So let us begin to use this opportunity to help ourselves, help our land. Because when economic activities is happening, things will begin. It's a domino effect. A lot of things will begin to happen. And who will do it? It's me and you. Once they cannot do. So,
Yes.
Azoka.
Zoka.
It's amen.
Uliro mama hore wanze kinado. Inakiri nana. Eki with bigo. That is 28th of December, Rasha Ojebe. Abebi help in the area of health. And then I move on to maybe my mama were any hode. And I rocky Miss Nigeria. And I go to my Iwoki Lake, Biwoki Mamana Guna, Kionaka Guna, Chenai. Nazupe almost say I'm with crown in that woman. I know Muneni crown and my mama de. No, Munu and I won't more on that day. I mean, of course, this is lovely. I'm going to be there. Definitely. Now, hello, you there. Eba guna, I will go rock. Wow. I'm going to say, actually, what do you mean? When I like your mouth. Oh, Matty, wake, yaka, when you get almost a woman to show it. Make here, actually, beauty pageant. Ẹgbẹ́lá dà fi pàkéèkì ọ̀pá kọ́ ọ. Èmi lọ gbọ́n torí ọ o. Màmá Máyọ́ nígbà Mr. Naote. Lára ẹ̀wọ̀, ayé fi pàkéèkì o. Àmọ́ ẹ̀mí ìbùbọ̀ rí ọlára kà ó wì. Ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọdọ àzọ ìbò, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọdọ àmẹ́ ẹgbẹ́, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ọdọ àzọ ẹ̀rọ mà. Èmi ọdọ darí ọ. Agbóhùn ẹgbẹ́ akùnyẹ́ mi beauty pageant. Ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ kọ́ yá olómi mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ mẹ́ẹ̀sì. Wá gúnmọ̀ mẹ́ beauty pageant. I'm not buying beauty pageant you. So any other that you. Bazima wali madadi ari madadi by la compound. Ele rive man. Amake da wa ina he. He says so say are be. La ejo kale rive la ejo kale mami telo ele mami hairdressing. Ele mami ele wi babala mami machine la. I say are gbe yi won. Lọ́dọọdẹ ọ̀dà mú egbò àwòtò láfẹ̀ ọ̀la ọlọ́kẹ́yìn amọ́nù ọ̀rọ̀ ìwà èchèrè àbáyé ẹ̀mí tó bọ̀chẹ́ èrè àbáyé. Ebe èrè ìgbà rẹ̀ rí àrí ọwọ́ ìsì má dàbárí wa àrí gbọ́n àrí ọgbága wà ó kpọ́dẹ̀. Ìkọ́ ìsákèdè àmì ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀mọ̀ ìvárè náà yọ̀ rí mùsí àyè. Àìké ní ẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbọ̀ ìdàwé rà várè. Ebi gé tẹ̀mọ́ ẹ̀ náà èrè àdébáyé èrè àìríwọ̀ ìsẹ̀rà. So ọlọ́run ẹ̀rọ ẹ̀mẹ̀tì mọ̀ sport activity lọ́rọ̀ mẹ́tì wí marathon ìbálò lula. Ọlọ́ ula àìlára láìsùpọ̀dúgbò ìrànṣà òkèlè rí wíwọ̀. Èyí àárẹ̀ láìsọ̀ ṣàrẹ̀ ilé àárẹ̀ ṣàìdá ẹ̀mà àìsọ̀ ṣàìfàrẹ̀wòrà. Ọlákẹ́ ọ̀chẹ́ wa mẹ́kẹ́ rà dà bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀. Ọmọkẹ́ ẹbí China bàfẹ́ níbàdé alíbàdé àwọn ẹ̀kẹ́ ọ̀yọ́. Agbọ̀rẹ̀ Mareme Olemona de Ora Onwa is Ezuri Remegbe. I'll go so for me, for everyone living in diaspora everywhere, these are good projects. And there's nothing more to do than to support this laudable event. I'm sure all in diaspora will take this seriously. If you can't be there, like they put it in the Christian world, if you can't go, you give. You understand? You can't be there. Be part of those to sponsor. Be part of those who will say, what can I do? And of course, when you tell your people down here to be part of the program, that's another one. You see, for me, these are little ways of reaching out to people. Like I said these days, the church has left the cathedral. I have a congregation, you know the numbers. They come in numbers. The church has got into a place where we go to meet with people in different places. Imagine you meet with people who are having marathon race and you minister to them. You're able to reach out to people in love. In love, these are the quickest way to reach out. My brother, Oluwe Mure now Kutuo, who will support you in every way. And God bless you more, and we'll do more together. God bless you. Nice meeting you. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Amen. And Mr. Christopher, you help us to round up, the program, and then we will share. I would definitely send you Orisa Shan's number.
Okay.
She'll be there with Mommy Ode. I told you she's Mommy Ode's right-hand person. In fact, if you don't invite her, Mommy Ode will invite her. So you'll be seeing her. So you better send your invitation to her now, because it will help your program go well. So I'll be, sharing her number with you and all of that. And like I said, you join us, severally. Let's continue to put the word out there so that it will catch on fire. So I will give you the last word and then we'll round up.
Yes. Iri fema ya o megboche go maba. Obialo do tore na obia mai sen o. Ebo mai de ribe mai. Alo kubo gbe na lo re bi ono biana. Va kon. Va juan kubo gbe lo mai. Na re zebo mai. Na re bi obiawo a. Oda me he. Enu eni ma oni ma na. When we makarere pare. Onwena more continue, will outlive all of us. So, brothers and sisters, wherever you may be, charity, they say, begins at home. You can never be a king in a foreign land. Let's come home, join hands together. Let's build our village. Let's collate our numbers with village register. And if you are up to it like me, come and run. If you cannot run, walk. But the thing you must not do is you will not stand. Thank you very much for having me.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Christopher. Do you know what Ora people call village register? Can you interpret that in Ora? Can you say that in Ora?
First of all, Igwe.
And you, Mr. Christopher?
Yes, she rightly said it. Ebe na vie or ebe Igwe. Same thing.